All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about a huge shift that's happening right now in the way businesses buy and sell software. It's a move away from a model that's been, let's be honest, frustrating people for years and towards something way, way smarter.
So let's just kick things off with a question that probably hits a little too close to home for a lot of companies. I mean, think about it. For years, this has been the elephant in the room during budget meetings. You buy all these licenses for your teams, but are they all actually getting used? This leads to a really expensive problem, and it's got a name.
And that problem is called shelfware. It sounds kind of silly, but it's the core issue that's driving this entire revolution in software pricing. It's all about leaving behind this old, incredibly wasteful model that businesses are frankly just tired of.
So what exactly is it? Well, shelfware is pretty much what it sounds like. It's all those software licenses you bought and paid for, but that are just sitting there. They're on a digital shelf, completely unused, gathering digital dust, while at the same time they're actively draining your budget. It's pure waste, and it's this exact problem that has big companies demanding a change.
And this quote, man, this just nails it. It gets right to the heart of what's really going on here. This isn't just a new billing method. We're talking about a fundamental shift in strategy. The market is moving away from just selling you access to a product and moving towards selling you real, measurable outcomes. And that changes everything.
So if the old way is so broken, what's the solution? Well, it's actually a pretty elegant idea, a model that's replacing the old way of doing things. And you know what? It's something you're already super familiar with in your everyday life.
Let me break it down like this. The old seat-based license model, it's like a gym membership. You pay that flat fee every single month for access, but if you only go once or twice, well, too bad. You still paid the full price. The new way, this consumption-based pricing, it's like your utility bill. You only pay for the electricity you actually use. No more, no less. It's simple, it's fair, and it directly ties what you pay to what you use.
At its core, consumption-based pricing is all about one thing: value alignment. The price you pay is directly linked to the value you're actually getting. And this whole system is built on a really important idea called the value metric. That's the specific thing you're measuring. It could be the number of API calls, the gigabytes of data you process, whatever. Picking the right value metric is absolutely the foundation of this whole model.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds good in theory, but this isn't just some clever idea. It is a mainstream, full-blown phenomenon, and it's accelerating. Let's look at the hard data that shows just how big and how fast this trend is moving.
Just take a look at this timeline. I mean, wow. Back in 2020, only about a third of software companies were using a usage-based model. But fast forward to 2025, that number is projected to skyrocket to 85%. That's not just a trend, that's a total transformation in only 5 years.
And that change is happening so fast. A full 78% of the companies using this model right now made the switch in just the last 5 years. This isn't a slow burn, it's a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed.
So, what's lighting the fire here? What's driving this? Well, it's really two major forces in technology. First, the cloud really matured and gave us the technical backbone to even track this kind of stuff. And second, the recent explosion in AI, well, that just threw gasoline on the fire. With these resource-hungry AI models, fixed-price deals just don't make any sense anymore.
So why is this catching on like wildfire? It's simple, really. It is a clear win-win for everyone involved. It totally changes the relationship between a company and its customers for the better.
Let's look at it from the customer's side first. The advantages are just so obvious. First and foremost, you only pay for the value you actually get. Goodbye, shelfware. It also makes it so much easier to try new things, because you can start small and then scale up. Your costs can grow or shrink with your needs, and the whole thing is transparent, which builds a ton of trust.
And what about for the companies selling the software? You might think this is risky, but it's actually a massive engine for growth. It's easier to get new customers in the door. Then your revenue grows naturally as they use your product more. It's like passive upselling. You also get incredible insights from all that usage data. And, well, investors absolutely love the healthy metrics this model generates.
And if you need proof that the strategy works, here it is. Companies with usage-based models are growing their revenue 38% faster than their peers. It turns out that when you align your success with your customer's success, it's not just a nice idea, it is incredibly good for business.
Okay, so the why is crystal clear. But let's be real. Making this switch isn't as simple as just flipping a switch.
So let's get practical and look at the different models, the challenges you'll face, and some real actionable steps to get started.
So, what does this actually look like? Well, consumption-based isn't just one thing. It's really a spectrum of options. You've got pure pay-as-you-go, which is perfect for stuff like cloud infrastructure. You've got tiered models and hybrid models that mix a base fee with usage charges. Those are great for big enterprises that need some predictability. The key is just finding the right fit for your product and your customers.
But, like with any big change, there are definitely some hurdles you've got to plan for. The first, and honestly the most critical one, is choosing that right value metric. If you get this wrong, the whole model can fall apart. Second is avoiding what's called bill shock. You know, when a customer gets a crazy high bill they weren't expecting? That can destroy trust instantly. And finally, you have to be ready, technically and as a company, for a pretty big transformation.
So if you're thinking about this, where do you even start? It really comes down to 3 key steps. First, dip into your own data. How are people really using your product right now? Second, and this is so important, go talk to your customers. Find out what they actually value. And third, be really honest about your tech. Can your systems actually handle metering and billing this way? And all of this brings us back to that final, really powerful question that gets to the absolute heart of this entire shift. It's the strategic choice that every single software business is facing today. As the market changes, you have to decide, are you in the business of just selling access, or are you truly committed to delivering and selling tangible outcomes? Because your answer is going to define your future.